Hey folks, welcome back to the farm. We're going to make a little dessert for dinner tonight. We're going to go out to dinner. We recently found out that our favorite restaurant that we like going to for tacos is for sale and maybe going away soon. So we're going to try to go there for a couple trips before maybe it gets sold. But I wanted to make a little bit of dessert for tonight when we get home. So we'll put that together. Stick around. So what I'm going to make is a small batch cheesecake. It's not a full-on recipe, full cheesecake, because being a diabetic, I don't want a big cheesecake laying around the house that I will get into trouble with. So most of your cheesecake recipes call for 2 or 3 blocks, 8-ounce blocks of cream cheese. This recipe only uses 1 and just makes a little bit. So let's get this done. We'll show you how to do it. So we're going to start with our crust. We have 5 full sheets of graham crackers here in a quart-sized Ziploc bag. We're going to mash those up. And then to those, we have 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And I got a little bit over 1/8 of a cup of coconut sugar. You can use brown sugar. Coconut sugar is not quite as high on the glycemic index, so it's a little safer to use if you're diabetic, and plus it adds a good little coconut flavor, so works out pretty good. So let's get this put together, and then we have 4 little ramekins here that we're going to use for our little personal cheesecakes. Actually I had enough for 5 ramekins, so we'll see if we got enough filling for all 5. And then I just mashed it down with the top of my spice grinder to pack it down in there real good. So let's make the filling. All right, in our mixer with our whip on there, we put 1 block of 8 ounces of cream cheese, which was softened. We put 1/2 cup of heavy cream, and then we put 1 tablespoon of sour cream. So now, after about a minute, it's whipped up nice and fluffy. We're going to add 4 tablespoons of regular sugar, 1 tablespoon of powdered sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of lemon juice, and 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla flavoring. And then we're just going to kind of turn it on real quick and blend that in. We'll show you. All right, we dropped in the rest of our ingredients. We're going to give that a spin. You want it on a high enough speed where it throws everything out of the whip. Otherwise the stuff inside your whip doesn't get mixed. And that looks good. We're going to scrape down the bowl, knock everything out of the whip, and then give it 1 more stir, and then we'll be ready to put it in our ramekins. Right, we've got our little ramekins filled with our cream cheese cheesecake mixture. So these are going to go in the fridge now because this is a no-bake recipe. This cheesecake is going to be the more creamier style cheesecake, which I enjoy. I don't like the dense, really cakey style cheesecake. So 6 to 8 hours in the fridge, and that'll be perfect for dinner. Now, when you serve this, you could put a little bit of like fruit filling on top or whatever you like. Kelly likes cherries, so we may stir up some cherries for her. But I'll eat mine just plain. But that's how you make it. So, quick and easy dessert. Super quick video, so let's take you around a little bit and show you, give you an update on a couple things that we've got started here on the homestead. So we're wanting to get into doing some sprouting so we can have some more greens here during the winter. You can see we're full-blown winter out here. It's like 0 degrees today. That's why we're not outside doing much. But I've got these sprouting kit from Amazon. It just comes with these lids, wide mouth, that you could put on a quart jar, a half-gallon jar, whatever you wanted to do. And I've got 4 of them. I'm going to start them in succession. I got some broccoli sprouts going here. You can see that they're already starting to sprout. And then I got some mung bean sprouts going in here because I want to make some spring rolls here in this next week. But I ordered a seed kit off of Amazon that came with 8 different bags that were pre-measured for a quart jar. We got alfalfa sprouts, broccoli sprouts, radish sprouts, and mung bean sprouts. So that was pretty pricey for those seeds, but I wanted to figure out which seeds or which sprouts we enjoyed the most before we order them in bulk. So you just soak these for 12 hours at first. Fill the jar about half full of water and let them soak like overnight for 12 hours. And then you dump the water out, rinse them twice, and then drain the water. You don't even have to take the lids off. It goes right through the screen here. And then distribute the seeds around the jar as best you can, then let them sit. And then twice a day thereafter, you rinse these. I've already rinsed these this morning. You rinse them twice. And then you let them drain again, and then in the evening you do it again until your sprouts are the maturity that you want. It takes different amount of days. Usually it's around a week, 5 days to 7 days. But different sprouts take different lengths of time. So we'll kind of keep you posted on what's going on. We're on day 2, I believe. So probably tomorrow we'll start 2 more jars of another type of sprout. So now let's go downstairs. So down here in the basement, the previous owner had a table down here with some grow lights that he used to start his vegetables. He didn't have a greenhouse outside or anything like that, so that's what he used this area for. And we were fortunate enough to be able to keep the grow lights and everything. So Kelly's been doing some microgreens down here. So I forget what she planted. I know these are probably peas, I think, but I forget what these are. But these are almost ready to harvest, and we'll have some little salad microgreens. And then she's got some more stuff going on over here. She's got some heat mats underneath that are designed for propagating stuff or germinating stuff, germination mats. So this is coming out really cool. We'll have salad greens here real soon. If we can get into a nice rotation where we have one of these containers that we start like every day, we could have fresh salad greens almost every day if we get into a nice rotation. So that's pretty cool. Kelly's taking on this project. Now this panel is a project that got done yesterday. I was really excited to get this done. I called in an electrician to do it though, because this had to do with the main power supply coming into the house. So I didn't want to mess with the main power. But this panel here used to be all screw-in fuses. So we wanted to upgrade because this house was built a long time ago. And those screw-in fuses aren't the safest thing in the world. So we wanted to put a breaker panel in here. So that's what we had put in. So now we have breakers to use instead of those old-timey screw-in fuses. We had the shop done last year when we were adding a RV plug out there for our friends when they come and stay. But real happy to get this project out of the way. The guy did a real clean job, and I had him add an extra breaker for this wire here, which we're going to run out through the wall and put an outlet outside because we don't have any outlets out for the yard and the Christmas lights and all that. So that'll be a nice addition. I just got to poke that through and put an all-weather outlet out there outside. Now this area right here next to the freezer, the previous owner had kind of a makeshift shower here because there's a floor drain right here in the floor. But we have not used this. We use the regular shower. I don't know what the purpose of this shower was. Maybe kind of like a mudroom type shower. But what I'm going to do here is the salt tub for the water softener. I'm going to slide back around this direction, and we're going to do an elevated dog washing station right here for the dogs, so we don't have to wash them in the bathtub and bend over, and it's really kind of hard to do. So a nice elevated dog washing station right here is going to be perfect. It's already plumbed. I'm just going to put a hose up here where the shower head is, and it should work real nice for giving Brandy and Ruby a bath. Bright shiny day out. You wouldn't believe it's 0 degrees out here right now with all this sunshine, no wind, but it's crazy cold. Snow's not going anywhere. The only place it melts is like where we park the vehicles. They come back and they're warm and they melt the snow underneath them. It sure is gorgeous. There's Ruby. Hey, Ruby Roo. Want to say hi to everybody? Ruby's doing really good. You'll be happy to hear. Super smart pup. She chews a lot, but we're so fortunate she only chews her chewy toys. We have a little bin in the living room that we keep her chewy toys in, and she'll go pick one out, whichever one she wants, bring it out on the floor and start chewing on it, and she's literally destroyed things that are supposed to be indestructible. She's got some jaws on her. It's crazy. But so fortunate she doesn't chew shoes, she doesn't chew furniture, only concentrates on her toys. So we're going to make sure we keep plenty of toys in her bin. We've already had to throw a few away that she's just completely obliterated. Me and Ruby need to go let the guinea birds out. Kelly asked us to do that around noon, and it's about that time. A little too cold in the morning. I think it was like 10 below this morning when it was still dark. The chickens are out. They have an automatic door. What are you girls doing in here? It's too cold outside? Huh? That's alright. You can hang out in here. Now I just remembered I need to reset the timers out here because when we did the panel swap, the electrical panel yesterday, the power was out for about an hour and a half. So the light timers out here in the chicken coop are an hour and a half off now. So I need to reset the time on those. There's the guineas out here for some sunshine. Ruby, chill out. Crazy dog. Are you taking a bath in the snow? Feels good. Be nice. Ruby, you want to go out and check the mail? Ruby's kind of a princess. She doesn't really hang around outside like Brandy does. Brandy will come out for a couple hours, even on days like today. Whereas Ruby will do her business and come right back in the house. Still got a lot of snow out here. This area right here next to the driveway drops off pretty quickly. You can see it drifted almost flat. So this snow drift right here is about 6 to 8 feet deep in a couple spots because it goes down like this side does. Find your snow mountain? Where's your sister? Brandy! There she is. What are you out chasing today? Huh? What are you out chasing today? Oop. There's the brute. We gotta go back in. My ears are about ready to fall off at my fingers. Brandy, you coming in? No? Alright. Don't stay out too long. Alright, Ruby, did you get a good run? You gonna take a nap now? Alright, folks, we'll wrap it up. Sorry for the short little video, but that's all we're doing today pretty much. So, till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. Come back and see us here on Markelly Farm.